Are you serious? Are you serious? Russia has responded to a video I did earlier already this morning about the fact that President Barack Obama called Russian President Vladimir Putin and told him that he was considering supplying Ukraine with weapons so they can defend themselves against Russian aggression. Now, we don't know how that phone call went. We don't know how much of a threat Obama sent Putin's way. We're not sure yet. We're still waiting to find out. But we may have found out because Putin has responded, Russia has responded, despite Obama's claim on Monday that he has not yet made a decision about supplying defensive weapons to the Ukrainian army, which is battling the Russian-backed separatists, the pro-Russian rebels, who want an independent region within that country. Now, Russia's media is full of predictions. They're warning of a terrible impact, further U.S. involvement in this conflict. In other words, get out of Ukraine is what Putin is saying to Obama. But Obama's not really listening, and neither is the European Union. And this is what we have, is the West against Russia. And Putin has been, Putin, look, he sent his troops in and convinced the Crimean Peninsula to go along and rejoin Russia. Now he's using pro-Russian separatists and supplying them to try to convince them to go along with first declaring their independence from Ukraine. And I'm sure the next step will be to then come join Russia after a vote, a referendum, just like Crimea. And I think the Ukrainian government knows this. They're not strong enough to stand up against Russia. So the United States and the European Union are trying to help them in this crisis, folks. This thing is getting very ugly. There's a great distance between the relationship between these two, President Obama, Vladimir Putin, the United States and Russia. We are, this is, and you have to understand, these are two very powerful superpowers, a lot of nuclear arms involved, and a lot of ego involved in this. And this has been I'm telling you, Putin's ex-KGB, he's not playing games. He has got a plan, I believe, to restore Mother Russia. And whether he knows it or not, what he's doing would actually restore Magog, the territory of Magog, which is actually in the Bible, which is Ezekiel 38. So as these two continue to struggle and continue to negotiate and posture, the Ukrainian people are the ones that are suffering. It's the Ukrainian people who are the ones that are in trouble here because of this geopolitical issues. And, I have to say, I always take a step back and think about what other people have said. But it was Mitt Romney, actually, who said the number one problem the United States will face in the next 4 years, he said this back in 2012 when he was running against Barack Obama, was the geopolitical threat from Russia. And basically, President Obama and CNN, who was hosting the debate that night, basically just scoffed him off the stage. Well, he looks like a prophet now, if you take a look and see what all has happened. I'm not saying he is a prophet, but I'm saying there is a huge, and, underestimating Russia is not a thing you want to do. And I'm telling you, it's something you do not want to do. Now, if America actually sends arms to Ukraine and helps support this becomes a proxy war. And if that happens, then, this world is in danger. But it's not the only problem. You've got radical Islam running crazy. It won't be the only problem. You know, we all wish that we could have peace. And we all wish that we could, that everyone would just say, look, let's all get along. Let's work together. But the Lord God of heaven knew we wouldn't do it because men would not. They are more into conquering, more into their own kingdom building. And just to be quite honest with you, there's evil. And the Illuminati is trying to rise. The beast is trying to rise. And in many ways, both these two would like nothing more better than to be the leader of the world, to be quite honest. I'm not saying they want to both be the leader of the New World Order, but they want to lead the world. What I mean by that is be the one that sets the standard for all nations to follow. I wish we could get along. I wish that was the way the relationship was. But folks, unfortunately, it's not. We're at a stalemate here. And we need to pray. A lot of Ukrainian lives, and maybe a lot of lives, Russian and American, could be at stake here. I'll continue to keep you up to speed of what's going on. But it is getting very, very tense.